Hi, I'm Kevin Proto here with Locals Supporting Locals for another segment of the Heartbeat of the Okanagan. And we're here at the Gyro Park. It's September 6th, and we're here for a very exciting rally. And I say exciting because the people have assembled. There's the group that's been formed, and it's called Penticton Citizens First, and they're just sick and tired of the corruption that's taken place in our city hall. And one of the members of the group, Ron Bolero, is one of the speakers this evening, so we're lucky to have Ron with us here. And just so folks know that have been following Locals, Supporting Locals, we have been big promoters, like we see corporatization, which is fascism. We're seeing this take place provincially and federally, and what we try to promote is taking it back locally. So this is something we're very excited to see here, like the citizens uniting and saying we've had enough and we're done with this corruption here. So Ron, you're going to be speaking tonight. What's your beef here with City Hall? You've written some great letters, I got to admit, to the letters to the editor, and the Herald's been awesome printing them.
Well, it's just a matter of how things have been done up to now, and the democratic process, or I should say the undemocratic process, is what it is, and it's time for people next door to kind of take Democracy 101 over again and get the real picture of what should happen, not what is happening. And I think that's what we're all about. We're trying to get them to realize, like, hey, the tail can't wag the dog forever, and that's what's happening up to now.
Yeah, and something we just read in the Western here in regards to, because this is a second lawsuit now that's been filed against the city for development on parklands, Skaha Beach. And parklands belong to the people, correct?
That's right.
Yes, and what we've been demanding, the people are demanding, there was 1,000 people last year in front of City Hall demanding a referendum. That's the law in place, correct? Mm-hmm. And so the response back from the city, or from the lawyers there, if I'm not mistaken here, was that they don't need to they have the power to do what they did, and they don't need the electorate's permission to do so. Did you catch that?
I caught that. It kind of makes me wonder, though, in terms of all the legalese and stuff that flies around. You really don't know how to interpret things until you've had a chance to kind of pull it all apart and decipher for yourself what there is and what they're saying and how they're saying it. And I think there's still something there that is sort of fishy to me. I sort of smell a rat. And in the sense that, we're being led down the garden path by some legalese interpretation. And I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. But something there is not right, and I don't quite know what it is, but I'm going to try to find out.
Well, that's it. Sometimes people think if they got a title and they got a badge or something like that, when they say something, that's just the way it is. And that's one thing that's very admirable about the Penticton Citizens First group here, is that they tend to know their legalese here, and is able to call the city out on that stuff.
Yeah. We're pretty fortunate that way to have some of the people involved that are involved and that, know the route. And I, for one, am not one of those, but I'm sort of becoming familiar with some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, and I just want to throw out there, I actually met Ron back when we were fighting the HST with Bill Anderson. That's
way back
in the day. So
that's a while ago.
Yeah, no kidding here. But one of the topics you're going to be speaking to this evening, because this is not just about Skaha Park, this is about other issues as well. So Skaha Park is one of the first ones, but this group is going to stay together here and just grow bigger and bigger to go after other issues here, such as parking meters. So
yeah, I'm looking at the parking end of things, and I have a big beef with how they're going to implement this and why they're going to implement it. And to me, it's sort of a kind of a put down, in the sense that the city council kind of stresses how important tourism is, and yet we encourage people to come to this Mecca, and then now we're going to kind of have them come to Mecca and penalize them for coming here by charging them to park.
Well, that's it. So they were talking about parking meters on Okanagan Lake and also on Skaha Lake. So both beaches. So like you just said, the tourist. And now, not to mention here, and I'm not sure the exact amount here. I remember seeing it in the paper here, but now in regards to the locals here, the average income is, I think it's about $12,000, $11,000 a year as a whole. Of course, there's more, some less here, but a lot of the low-income families here, that's one of the things that they get to do with their kids that don't really cost much. And now you go ahead and you want to charge them.
Sure, no, that's true. And what I find too also is that if you look around some of the other areas and some of the local things that attract tourists, like local landing down there, Coyote Cruises, various others, there are lots down there that I think are city controlled or owned, and they too probably will become paid parking. And if that's the case, then it's going to affect some of the local businesses much more than anybody would think it would.
Well, and what is it? Peachland doesn't have to charge for their beaches.
I'm not sure.
Summerland.
I don't think Kelowna does on most of their beaches either, but I could be wrong there.
Yeah, so I mean, again, so a lot of the moves, some of the moves that our city is doing contradicts what they're trying to do: attract tourists, families to move here, and yet they're doing things that just contradict it.
Well, the sad part about it is that anybody who pays taxes in the city up to now has paid taxes for redevelopment of beachfront, to beautification projects and that sort of thing. And now they're saying, well, you've done all that, but you're going to have to pay to use your own beach. And I'm thinking, like, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah, no. You think there'd be like a local swipe pass at least, for us locals that have already paid for it, right?
And then the other end of it too is what's going to happen in the off season, in the fall and winter, when there's hardly anybody down there. Is that going to be cost effective to have all of those things there? Who knows?
Good questions here. So thank you very much, Ron, and we'll be follow. This may break up into a few parts. This is going to be quite the rally here, so you can view all our videos on YouTube or visit supportinglocals.ca or .com. And look at our videos. Also view our news, our blogs, view all the everything on there, and follow us for other issues as well as this one here. But thank you very much, Ron.
Thank you, Kevin.